Hello, and welcome back to Guide to Minecraft. And well, we're not quite over by our normal area. I noticed this when I was just going over here to get birch and sand and stuff, and realized that when I dug it open, it's a desert temple. So I thought I'd check it out. Also, I have now installed Optifine on my PC. So we have torch dynamic lighting, as well as connected textures, and you can see that on the grass right there. I can also zoom, see the grass comes down, cascading down. So I just thought this was cool, and I thought I'd go check it out and show you guys, because this is actually completely encased in sand. It is spawned inside the sand. So if you don't know, the way you get inside a desert temple safely, if it will let me pick up this block, I guess not, is by digging down the side of it. Because right in the center here, there is a pressure plate that, okay, I can't pick up anything. One momento. We go back to this. Can we pick up stuff now? No? Still no? Okay. It has TNT. You have to be really careful that you don't go in and blow yourself up. But to our luck here, we've got string, gold, looks like a saddle, diamond horse armor, another saddle, that's good, another saddle, more string, sand, bones, all that good stuff, golden apples, if I would not place the block, more horse armor, more just stuff in general. I don't know why I'm grabbing all this stuff that I don't actually need. And just more, yeah. So apparently I just can't pick up these blocks, which is weird, but I'm gonna head back to the base and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so we're back at the base, and well, I did a little bit of work just changing this up. I got rid of the window here, I added in a window there, and now that we have Optifine, all our windows are not crazy weird borders anymore. They're properly connected all up. I've also expanded our framework here because I've been farming logs, and I put in a double wide pillar as well as set up this chest. And so, really? Come on. Always happens. Why does it always have to do that? You just gotta be careful when you're walking around big wood builds with your axe. But I've been farming logs, so I set up a little contained tree farm to make it just look less awkward when the trees are just sitting in their little sapling states. So I'm gonna plant a birch tree there because I do need to start farming birch logs. But today, we are going to be setting up some proper farms. So, if you do remember, a couple episodes ago, we saw a bee at the beginning of one of our episodes over in this area here. I saw it wandering around, and I want to see if I can find where it came from, because I would like to get some bees. So there we are. That is the bee nest we were looking for. We're going to take this back. And there's two ways you can get bees back. You can either lead them with a leash, or you can lure them with flowers and and make a bee hive. Or, well, actually, that's technically a third way, where, hi there, cute, and you make, and you silk touch the hive with the bees in it. But we don't have silk touch, nor do we have leads. So what we're gonna do is, the hive is just over here from our house. I also did have to turn off Optifine because it was just causing some chunk loading errors, because it is a beta version of Optifine, because they still haven't created a full-fledged version for 1.15.2 yet. So we're gonna go grab a piece of coal and we're gonna make a campfire. And then we're gonna get a pair of shears. And then we're going to walk over to the beehive. We're going to take the honeycomb out of it. And so bees are very important for crop growth, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But beehives, you can harvest two things from them. You can either harvest the honey with a bottle, or you can harvest the honeycomb with a pair of shears. Now, if you do this, the bees will get angry with you, unless you place a campfire below the hive. Now, I don't know if it has to be completely directly below it, but I'm just being safe here by putting it directly below. So we're going to harvest the honeycomb, and there it goes. It's right there. That gave us 3 honeycomb. Now we're going to make a crafting table, place that down, get a couple of oak planks. Whoop, why can't I grab it? There we are. And make a beehive. Now, we're going to wait for this bee to come out of his little hutch here. And then, of course, this is going to break the thing, but that's fine. And once the bee comes out, we're going to take these dandelions in our hands and lure him back to our house. And look at that. There's a desert village over there. No idea that was a thing. We're going to get our beehive, we're going to place it, and then we're going to place it on top of that log to make it look nice. So hopefully the bee will realize that there's a hive there, and now we have caught ourselves a bee. So now we just need to find one more and bring him back here. But what's cool about beehives is that bees will pollinate your crops and make them grow faster. So we're going to terraform this land, bring it out here, and we're going to set up a big farm area with bees inside of it so that our crops will grow. So let's go find another bee, and then when we do, we'll bring him back to the hive. Okay, so we're just finishing getting the bee over here. Hopefully we can get it across the water safely. She did get shot by a skeleton back there, so she's a little bit on low health, but she seems to have managed to make her way to the hive, so we can go to sleep, and then we can work on building our bee farm. Okay, so building a bee farm is quite simple. You're gonna need a crop of some sort. It could be wheat, potatoes, carrots, beetroot if you like beetroot. You're also going to need some building blocks, so I've chosen oak and birch. You're going to need, of course, some dirt to plant your crops on. You'll need a hoe, which I don't have in here. You'll need your beehive or bee nest if you had silk touch. And you're going to need some flowers. So we're just going to grab all of this and we're going to come over here. So we're just going to start setting up our hive and hive area by terraforming this land. So we need a little bit more area over here to build. So I'm just going to quickly just build up a little bit of an area here. And you guys are going to see it in the form of a time lapse. Okay, so we've terraformed the land over here. We didn't need to do that much. It's just about a stack and 2 stacks and a half of dirt just to bring this land out a little bit. So we're gonna go for kind of like a similar to the village style plot of land. So we're of course gonna need our water. I didn't mention that earlier, but we're just gonna set up a couple of plots. So we're not going to do 2 big plots. We're actually going to do 3 by 3 on centers. So you're not having 4 on each one of the sections. you're having 3. So you got 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. We might actually end up doing 2s because 3 might be a bit big. So let's look at how big a 2 is. And we can always expand. Yeah, so 2 is quite big actually. So we may only do a 2. So that's a 2 on center. This is decently sized. And then we're gonna do, you need some blocks around your thing. Don't go onto the full edges, just go out here. You're gonna build kind of a plus shape. Kind of think like a medical cross. So we actually are gonna need some more dirt. So we're gonna grab some just from this mountain here. We'll just use a stone shovel because that's what we've got on her. Without all the dirt on it. I'm actually kind of enjoying that. So we've got to build all this out. Get all of the wood around. That's not where I needed to put it. Whoopsies. Get all your wood into this shape so that you have plenty of garden plots to work with, as well as space to walk around in your garden plots. So we're just going to build all this up, and you're just going to set this all up so that you've got a big plus sign in the center, as well as 4 garden plots around the outside. So you've got this big plus. Now what you're going to do, you're going to get some water. You're going to put it in the middle of each one of your garden plots using a bucket. And then you're going to grab your hoe, which we left inside of our house here. There it is. And you're going to till all of the land, just like we did over here when we set up our first starter little farm. So we're doing this step now before we finish the rest of the farm, so that by the time we've done everything else, all the tilled land will be hydrated, and our crops will grow super fast. So we've almost used up our whole hoe here. Whoops. Hey, hello, bee. We can actually make a bit more. We'll make a couple sticks here, as well as a hoe. And we'll finish tilling the last of our land. Okay, so now all of this will slowly get hydrated. Now, pick another one of your blocks. I chose oak logs because I wanted to go with like the villager farm aesthetic. And just kind of surround your build. You could do a pattern, but I'm just going for a basic kind of log exterior here. I may actually need more logs. I do not know if I do or not. But just set up your build. Just like so. Look at that. We got plenty of logs, and we just got a little border around our farm. Okay, so once you've got your outside set up, I'm going to put some of these on the walls here, just to give it a little more depth. And then I'm going to grab some fences, because we don't want just random mobs, like zombies, or even mobs like skeletons or creepers, or even pigs, cows, and things that are just wandering around to go and mess up your crops. So we're going to make some sticks here. And then we're just gonna make some birch fence. That's quite a bit of fence there. Should be just about enough to set up our fence. So we're just gonna place the fence all the way around, except for in the center there. So the center is gonna be slightly different, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But this is gonna be your farming area. So the next thing we're gonna need to do is grab our beehive. And I'm actually gonna put our beehive on a log. I was thinking birch, and I just used my last oak log and turned it into wood there. But I kind of think I want to do oak to match it with the rest of the build here. But maybe not. I have another idea for what we could do. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make a campfire. I'm actually going to make 2 campfires if I will be allowed to by the game. It says no because I don't have enough sticks. I'm going to make 2 campfires. One is just for aesthetics, the other one is for the actual hive. So, we're going to place down our campfire. We're going to place our beehive on top. And then we're going to take oak trapdoors. I'm going to place them all around the edges to make it look like the hive isn't just floating and it's being propped up by this. So now we've got our hive here, and we need to get our bees into it. So before I do that, I am going to just harvest from the hive there. And I'm going to break the hive. So this should bring our bee over towards us here. And I'm going to run from it for a moment. And we're going to have to go and catch our other bee. Or we may have to find another one. But once it chills out, we are going to just send it back over there. And that should be it. So it is angry. Of course it should be because we just destroyed its home. But bees aren't very fast and you can easily outrun them running backwards. So here's our bee. Hello there. Okay, he's seen us with the flower. And we're just going to lead him back over towards the farm. Okay, so he seems to have seen us, and look, here comes the other bee. And they're both over here. And this one should go into the hive. Okay, they seem to have located the hive though. I'm going to place some flowers around here now. Some rose bushes. Just so that the bees will come outside. And so what will happen is every time that the bees pass over our hive here, our crops, they will end up causing pollination, which will in turn actually end up basically growing our crops faster. I don't know what this bee is doing. Oh god, don't hurt yourself, bud. Come on. Look what I got in my hand. Beautiful flowers. Look, why don't you come over here? Look, we're gonna plant some of them down. Come on, buddy. Look at this. Bee, don't hurt yourself. Oh, look, he seems to have located the flower. And once he locks on this, he should get pollen, and then he should head back into his hive. So now we're just going to kind of destroy all of the other flowers that are kind of within range of this bee, so that he stays near the hive, because we don't want him wandering off. This should keep him close enough so that he doesn't freak out and go, oh shoot, there's no more flowers for me, because we have plenty of them here now. So this creates a nice little area where we can plant our crops. We'll get into that in just a moment. The next thing you need to set up is your staircase, and we're going to set up a little front porch here actually, and we have another beehive which we will use later, but we're actually going to use birch staircases because I really like the way birch looks, And it's such a pretty color in general. So, looks like our bee, this bee is busy doing stuff. He looks to be happy. So we're going to get some birch staircases, as well as we're going to build a little front porch-ish area where we will place our last 2 fences here. And there you go, you got an entryway to your farm. We're actually going to remove this and switch it out to birch, and then that will transition into this. So we have a cool looking switch. So we've got our campfire here that will calm our bees for when we harvest from them, so we can get honey and more honeycomb. And then I will show you what these extra flowers that I grabbed are for in a moment. But I would like to plant wheat. So we're just going to quickly get rid of all the crops we have here. Whew. Looks like we've kind of run out of space. Okay, let's place this stuff away here. Grab these, put those in there too. We've got about 1.25 stacks of wheat seeds, and we're gonna plant them all in these gardens. Oh, I hear a bee. And so the way this will work is he will try and fly out. Bees don't have the smartest AI. He should figure out a way to get out of the fence, hopefully. This bee seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. I want to get him to come up into the sky, and then he should, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, so they just seem to get a little glitched out sometimes around fences. But that shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Your bees should be fine. Oh, and there's our other bee. Okay, so we gotta get both the bees here. And so flowers breed bees just like wheat or potatoes will breed other animals. And so this will give us a baby bee because we want to increase our bee population. Yeah, so the bees seem to not know what to do with these fences here. So one thing you can do is remove these centermost fences, or you can raise up here. So I'm just going to remove the centermost fences here, which will just give them a direct path to the flowers, and we'll also add a little bit of depth to our build. Yes, they just seem to get stuck. They are funny creatures, bees. Yeah, look, okay, so they've kind of figured it out now. I don't know what he's doing. Bees are funny creatures, but that's about all we've got time for this episode. And so we've kind of set up this. There's one other thing we need to do to make this farm absolutely perfect, and that involves a couple of iron ingots, because there's something that we haven't crafted yet that we need to craft, and that would be lanterns. One of my favorite blocks in the game. We're gonna add 4 lanterns to this farm, 1 on each corner. And that will be it for this episode of Minecraft Guide to Minecraft. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.